But to have too much of sugar and too much of carbohydrates will hurt the brain in such a way that there is a covering over the brain, thin layer covering, and it's a neurocortex, and it allows a certain amount of glucose to go through from cell to cell and to come through the brain, which can be bad and it can be good.
Are you a caregiver to a loved one suffering from Alzheimer's or dementia disease? This is the 𝗪𝗪cie House Show, where we teach caregivers the practical, medical, and biblical wisdoms needed to inspire hope, change, and healing in your and your loved one's life. Listen in to receive coaching on stress relief, brain health, prayer strategies, and lifestyle improvement. Now, join your coach, certified dementia care expert, Mrs. Jackie Lindsay.
Hi, my name is Jackie Lindsay. I'm a certified dementia practitioner. My company name is 𝗪𝗪cie House Caregiver Dementia Consultant Agency. Well, I am a part of a class, and my assignment was to come up with content strategy for a project that I needed to do and to video. So I decided that I would teach you a little about the brain. Our brain is made up of 60% fat, and it has to be energized by energy. And what makes energy? Well, sugar turns into energy, but that could be bad energy. And to a degree, carbohydrates, but to have too much of sugar and too much of carbohydrates will hurt the brain in such a way that there is a covering over the brain, thin layer covering, and it's a neurocortex, and it allows a certain amount of glucose to go through from cell to cell and to come through the brain, which can be bad and it can be good. If it's not a lot, but it's able to get through, then it energizes our brain, helps our memory. And then you have situations where you're eating fat, lots of fat, and it's not good for you. Not lots of fat. There's certain fats that are good for you. Now, the ones that are good for you would be that from salmon or tuna or extra virgin olive oil. Now, the bad fats would be like mayonnaise and peanut butter, and the mere fact that you eat that and eat a lot of it, it hinders the sugar that gives you energy, the glucose that you need, and the good fatty acid to keep those brain cells active and engaged. Well, I wanted to give you a visual of what it's like when you eat the right fats. Now, I'm going to take this glass, put it in the glass, and I am going to take this cut up paper towel, and here is going to represent good fats, okay, and good glucose. That's good for the cell membrane. You see, the cell membrane has to stay pliable and flexible so it gets into the cells and it produces the energy that it needs. So let's see what happens when we put, okay, good fats into our system. Now, okay, so I might make a little mess here, but I'll take my time to get it right. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this or not, but do you see that water? That is good glucose and the good fats that is getting past the neural cortex and is getting past the cell membrane so that it goes through our system, our blood system, and it goes through all the parts of our body and it generates energy. And so that's what we need to keep our brain thinking and being strong and engaged. All right, so you have what results? Now, when you eat bad fats, and we mentioned some, mayonnaise, salad dressing, peanut butter, you eat a lot of that, okay, that's not so good. Because what happens is it clogs up the ability for the neural cortex to receive the good fats that it needs or the good glucose. And so you have to be careful what you're eating. And when you eat too much of a good thing, it has its side effects. In other words, your brain has to be nourished with glucose. And it cannot have too much of a bad thing. So now what we're going to do, I am going to put this over here and I'm going to take the same water, okay? Now remember, this neural cortex that's over the brain, we'll say this is the brain, okay? Now, this is over it, too much of the wrong fats, too much of the wrong glucose, and this is what happens. Oh, what a mess. But guess what? It never got to the cell membranes that it needed to. It never got into the bloodstream like it should have. It never got to our brain. And as a result of that, memory loss, let's take care of our brain so we do not have mild cognitive, okay? So that we do not have Alzheimer's and related dementia. So for next time, I'll do something different. But when you eat that mayonnaise and that peanut butter and that salad dressing, think about this. Nothing got in the glass, and it's all still right there, you see? So take care of your brain. Take care of your cell membrane, okay? And give that fat, that 60% of our brain, what it needs to stay energized. My time's up. And I thank you for yours. Until next time. Bye.